This here is Eric from Little Dragon.
This is Yukimi.
This is Frederick.
This here is Håkan.
And you're watching SoulCulture TV.
You didn't know this.
We know you were on tour with the Gorillaz recently. How did that go and what was it like working with Damon Albarn?
It was pretty fun, I must say.
No, but it was great.
The first meeting is kind of like you enter a new, you have, like when you meet someone that is respected and well known and such, you kind of, you don't really know what, but in the end it's just like a very playful, creative person, and also the other people on that tour. And like meet your idols like De La Soul and the guys from The Clash, Bobby Womack, people who've been around and done everything. And then you just realize they are just childish and fun like we are. It's like a roller coaster ride. It's like a crazy, but it was totally radical.
Yeah, radical.
When we first spoke to you, you said you didn't actually like your first album that much. It almost like it was taken before it was really tweaked to what you like. So like, how do you view, now that you've done 3, how do you view your musical progression across albums?
It's funny you say that because I think now we're at a point where we can look back and say that, okay, we were a bit traumatized by that first release, but we wrote the music. We can't, it's us. It's just so sort of revealing almost, like, just as much as you write songs in the studio that that no one else is supposed to hear. It was just something that you did, and for that to be out is like scary. But now I think that we can look back at it and be like, it's us, it's what we were at that time. It's not as, we're not as scared at looking at it, and we actually, we've gotten so much love for it that it's like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. Like, maybe we shouldn't be so ashamed of ourselves, or what we did at the time, and it's who we are as well. So I think the progression has been sort of just feeling more like, we can be ourselves somehow, not being I guess feeling a bit more confident about what we're doing. If we feel confident about the music that we're making in the studio, then that's all that matters,
I guess the plan was to make a better album. Like, do the best we can and just... we do stuff with new material all the time, so at that point we just took the stuff that we thought fitted and was what we were keen on hearing ourselves again.
Some more songs to play live.
It's just pretty much what we like to do when we're in the studio. It's like, I guess we always get confused when we try to figure out if we had a concept or if we had a plan, because usually we're just there and we're in the moment and we're trying to find a flow, and when we get some kind of when we feel like we captured something and you get that high, like you feel like now there's, you almost have this finished thing that's like a song. It's a really good feeling. So I think that it's more kind of like intuitive and like, I guess emotional in a way, almost like, and experimental than sort of the analytical part of it comes afterwards, I guess. That's why we always get sort of, should we have a plan?
Oh, yeah.
Did we have a concept?
In terms of the album title itself, what led you to that concept?
Well, that song was, we all liked it. We knew that it was going to be part of the album, and we thought it was we liked the name. We thought it was a good sort of description, I guess, somehow. Like, it was kind of ambiguous. It could be anything. I guess with the album cover, it's a little bit more specific, like, marriage or whatever. But when we chose to call the album that, it was more kind of ambiguous. The ritual union, as in anything, like as a band, as people, ritual as in going to a show,
Of course, I think there's not that much things that people consider being rituals nowadays. People don't really think about rituals. It's kind of like an old, dusty thing. So I think that we all felt like this thing of playing shows and getting people to dance. And, I mean, just dance and be in trance is kind of one of the few rituals that are left.
And it's a spiritual thing for us, I guess, in a way.
What made you pick the marriage connotations of the actual artwork?
You know, at first we wanted to break away from the illustrations. You know, we were too shy to put our own faces there, I guess. We were not really comfortable with it, so we thought that, you know, it could be a good fit if we put our relatives there instead, because it would be us in a way. And then the marriage pictures are kind of magic because this expectation in the whole, every picture is so full of expectations, and most of them are divorced by now, so it's sad but funny. And
are you guys really shy? Like, still at this point?
no, but you know, it's
I don't think so. I mean, I think we
Like-
just had some different opinions about what we wanted the cover to be. You know, we're 4 individuals. Everyone has their own will, and you know, sometimes if I feel something, you know, they might not. Sometimes if those two feel something, we might not, or vice versa. So it's a bit of a process every now and then to agree. You know, so.
But yeah, maybe not particularly, maybe not shy, but like not really comfortable. Not really up for the whole idea of fronting your own art with your face, you know.
I can't show from George.
But maybe in the future.
Next album's like.
Holding my hand.